And now I start the registration to all who is not here. So please sit in a comfortable seated posture. You can close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. And just try to bring your attention towards the yoga, towards the topic, the yogic breathing we are going to talk today, and in generally a little bit about the breathing techniques. Let's bring the palms together close to the heart center. And let's chant 3 times Om, and then Shanti mantra we will try to chant. I will chant piece by piece, and then you can repeat after me. So let's start with the 3 Om. Inhale. Sahanam bhavatu.
Sahanam bhavatu.
Sahanam bhunaktu.
Sahanam bhunaktu.
Sahaviryam.
Sahaviryam.
Karvavahi. Karvavahi. Tejasvinam.
Tejasvinam.
Vaditamastu. Vaditamastu. Mavid. Mavid. Vishavahi. Vishavahi. All together 3 times Shanti. 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 Very nice. Slowly place your forehead to your fingertips. Keep your eyes closed and rub the palms together. When you feel that they are warm enough, cover your eyes. And slowly open your eyes behind your palms. Move your eyes a little bit up to down, left to right. And then again, close your eyes. Remove the hands and just bring the palms back to the heart center. Namaste, all of you. Namaste. So, today we are going to talk about the yogic breathing. Yogic breathing is made by 3 phases. First is the abdominal breathing. The second is the chest breathing. And the third is the clavicular breathing. So abdominal, chest, and clavicular. Mostly people breathing or till here, so just the clavicular, or, and this is already very good thing if they use the chest. But the yogic understood that we need to involve even the abdominal muscles for having the inhalation and exhalation more proper. Sorry, Angelique, just good morning. I'm suffering to log in YogaMea on day 2. It is possible to send the Zoom. Okay, Davida will send her. So when we are inhaling, actually we are most of the time we don't use the abdominal muscles because people are very clever and they say that the lungs are just here in the chest cavity. Lungs are in the chest cavity, but the diaphragm muscle, that is a very important part of the whole breathing process. The diaphragm muscle is a kind of parachute muscle, and once you're inhaling, this parachute muscle is moved downward towards your abdominal cavity. It's a kind of borderline between the chest cavity and the abdominal cavity, and between is the diaphragm muscle. So the diaphragm muscle is a skeletal muscle. The skeletal muscle is the main thing in the skeletal muscle, that you have to be able to move the skeletal muscles according your wish, according your will. At the same time, the cardiac muscles, that your heart, or the hollow muscles, the smooth muscles that made your organs, that has a kind of whole tube organs, you don't really have the constant control. But the skeletal muscle, like your biceps or quadriceps or your abs, they're supposed to be under your control. So you should control them voluntary. Whatever you think about flexion, you flex. This is the same for this parachute diaphragm muscle, that has the same qualities that each and every skeletal muscle, because this is a skeletal muscle, but we are not aware of that muscle because we never see, and we don't maybe think even about that it has some important role in the breathing. So when we are inhaling, the parachute muscle, this diaphragm muscle, is lowering towards your diaphragm, means lowering towards your abdomen cavity. Means if you are pulling your tummy, your abdomen muscles, you're pulling outward, you can help to your diaphragm muscle to come deeper. If the diaphragm muscle comes deeper, then the space into your chest cavity becoming bigger. So the whole process of the nitrogen and oxygen and the whole gas exchanges and the blood circulation will be much, much more efficient. If we are not thinking about to pulling downward this diaphragm muscle, then in the chest cavity, the space is remaining as it is. Is it not gonna be bigger, and the volume of your chest cavity is not gonna be bigger? So that's why the yogis are understood, if you pulling your tummy out, then you have to your diaphragm muscle coming down, and when you pulling the tummy back in towards the spine, you have to these muscles to go higher and towards this original place, and a little bit maybe even higher, giving a very nice massage for this internal vital organs, that is your heart and lungs. They are very much related together. So when we're talking about the diaphragm breathing, actually that means that we need to pull, we need to move this diaphragm muscle, and this is the only one control that you can have on this very important muscle if you are inhaling and exhaling voluntary by and through your abdominal muscles. You can also try just to feel if you have any little bit heavy things, even if you have a book and you're laying down and you place your book or anything on your tummy, and when you're inhaling, you see that this goes up and down. So if you feel this movement, it means that you are able to use your abdomen muscles in a proper way that helps you to breathe in and out always through your tummy. So the abdominal organs and the abdominal cavity is not the part of the respiratory system, of course, but it has a very big and important part in the proper respiration. We know very well if we breathe in and out through the abdomen, this not only your respiration will be proper and perfect, but also suddenly it will give the posture proper. So if you use your abdomen always, every time you think about that you are breathing through your abdomen, even when you are sitting, when you are in the queue, when you are driving, you do the daily activities, you always breathe through your tummy, you will see that your posture will be always just up and erect. If we don't use this, then the abdominal region becoming weak, and we have many important organs in the abdominal cavity. We have to take them very good care. Anytime you're inhaling and you're pulling your diaphragm down, you give a nice massage also for your organs, important organs in your abdomen cavity. So that's why it's very important. And if your posture is proper, if you're giving this gentle massage, don't think about strong massage, gentle massage, and helping the circulation in your body, in your abdomen cavity, then your digestion will be proper. According Ayurveda, if the digestion is proper, then health is there, because we can just digest everything that we don't need, we can release, we are not holding the things. Once we start to holding the things because of the constipation or too much eating, then the problems start to be there, because the body becoming a little bit slower than it's supposed to be. So it's very important, and we don't have to do too many things. We just need to think constantly every day to this abdominal breathing, this part. So anytime you breathe, feel that you are moving. Inhale, the tummy comes in. Exhale, the tummy comes back to the spine. The second part is the chest region, this chest cavity. Most of the people breathing till here. So you can place your hands just to the ribs and feel when you're inhaling, the ribs supposed to go to the sides, and when you're exhaling, they come back to the midline of the body. Inhale, feel that this goes to the side. Exhale, it goes back to the center. Inhale and exhale. So if you place one hand on your tummy, the other you having on the ribs, feel when you inhale, first you're gonna pull the tummy out, and then you're gonna pull the ribs to the side. One more time. Exhale, inhale, feel that you're pulling the tummy out, and then the ribs to the sides. Inhale, still inhale. Inhale, tummy and ribs, and exhale. The third one is this clavicular breathing. Everybody use that part. Is the best thing to try if you just interlace your hands behind you or the forearms and just feel that you're inhaling and exhaling, and the chest cavity, the clavicula, this is the collarbone, is lifting up when you're inhaling. The scalene muscles that helps this movement, inhale and exhale. So now let's try to bring together these three phases, and we always follow the nature. So for example, now I don't have any glass here, but if you put the water in your glass, then you will see that first you're gonna feel the bottom, then the middle, and then the upper part of that certain glass or bottle, anything. First always is full the bottom, then the middle part, and then the upper part. So this is how it's happening with the respiration as well. So when you are inhaling, first you're gonna feel the bottom of your upper body, the lower abdomen, and then you're gonna spread your ribs, you feel the chest cavity, and then the third one is when you are lifting the ribs, the collarbone up, okay? And how we are exhaling. So some books says that you should exhale, so inhale tummy, ribs, chest, and you have to exhale first your chest, ribs, and then the abdomen. My teacher teach me that we have to follow always the nature. So if you have still your glass full of water and you start to throw the water from that glass, the first is gonna be empty is the bottom part, and then the middle part, and then the last is the upper part. So just try and make some try which is more natural for you, which breathing is more natural for you. With me, you will always practice the second version. So we are going to inhale from the tummy, then the ribs, then the chest, and we are going to exhale first from the tummy, because this is how it's working, and this is supposed to be emptying first. Then we're gonna bring the ribs together, and then the last is the chest gonna be relaxing. So it's like the wave in the ocean goes in the same way. Inhale from here, exhale from here. Inhale from here and exhale from here. So this three part, when you involve in your inhalation and exhalation, these three part of your upper body, that we call yogic breathing. And this way to breathe, this technique to breathe is the base of each and every breathing exercise. So wherever we sitting and trying to do any pranayama or just simply breathing exercise, we always, first of all, we recognize, does it move in the same way? I'm breathing with my tummy and then the ribs and chest, because otherwise the benefits will be not there. So when we are sitting to practice the breathing exercise is actually the very preparation for the meditation. Without that, we cannot meditate. This breathing exercise and exercising how to breathe, this is very good practice, also the asana practice. So during the sun salutation, we always need to breathe with this three part of the upper body. Each and every asana that we are holding, we're trying to use each and every part of these three section of the upper body, okay, every time. Then we are 100% sure that the asana, the posture that we are doing, is not gonna hurt us. Never never hold your breath too much, never struggling with the breath, because then it's gonna reduce the oxygen level in you. So we have to always try to be smooth and gentle and very comfortable in your breathing exercises. Once you masterize these three versions, then you will see that the ratio of your in and exhalation will be slower. Nowadays, if you see the books, they say that the normal ratio is like 16 breathing, 16 in and exhalation in 1 minute. According the yogic science, this is already guide us towards the hyperventilation. The hyperventilation is nothing else but stress. If we breathing this much quick, is automatically the sympathetic nervous system, that is the fight and fly system of the central nerve, the part of the nervous system, this gonna be active if you breathe in this much ratio. So 16 is a lot. We should try to breathe at around 8 and maximum 12, 8 and maximum 12 in an exhalation. A yogi, during his practice, of course, breathe 1 or 2 times in 1 minute. Yes. But it doesn't mean that he is going for shopping and breathing 1 times in a minute. When he practicing his or her practicing the pranayam, it means in 1 minute he will just breathe once. When we live a normal daily life, when we have to go from A to B, obviously we cannot reduce that much the ratio, but at least 8 and 12 it's supposed to be that natural breathing, and not 60 or even more. That is the very important part, because more you slower your breath, more you have to the parasympathetic flow in your nervous system. Angelica, right? More you have to the parasympathetic flow from your nervous system, and then you will be always very shanti, rest and digest. Namaste, Angelique, hello. Some technical issue is always there. We are, yeah. So we were talking about the yogic breathing, and these 3 parts of the upper body, how to use if we want to get the proper benefits from the in and exhalation during the asana practice and even during the normal daily life. So we were saying that we have to use the abdomen muscles to help the diaphragm muscles to come down deeper, creating bigger space into the chest cavity. And then when we are exhaling, we have to use the abdomen, because then we pushing the abdomen back to the spine, helping the diaphragm comes higher towards the chest cavity. So the abdominal breathing. Then we have the chest breathing or diaphragmatic breathing, and then we have the clavicular breathing. So don't worry, you have your slide, you have the PDF about these things very in detail. So if you don't want to write down the things, then all these things are there, the technically part. What is not there maybe that we have to use, we're supposed to use this yogic breath, yogic breathing, the way to use each and every part, each and every of these 3 phases of the upper body, because if we use the abdomen every time, then it's gonna help us to keep the posture nice and straight. It's gonna have to having a proper digestion, and according Ayurveda, if the digestion is proper, then health is proper, is there. And then we were saying that during the asana practice, we always need to keep this flow in this three phase. So if you are doing your twist asana, your simply twist, easy twist pose, even that way you have to be able to use your abs. You can try. Inhale and exhale. If you do a little bit more different, a little bit more bigger twist, your Ardha Chandrasana, even then you have to be able to breathe with your tummy. Inhale and exhale. So the in and exhalation, as we are going to practice when we're practicing together, is gonna be always, first you fill up your abs with the air. So the inhalation is start from here, comes to the ribs and then to the chest. And when you're exhaling, first from the lower part, so you're gonna push first your tummy back to the spine, then the ribs to the center, and the last is your chest relaxing. So just like the waves in the ocean, inhale, tummy, ribs and chest, exhale, tummy, ribs and chest. This is supposed to be the way how you breathe in and out. We also say that nowadays in the books you will find that a normal ratio is 16 in an exhalation in 1 minute. We say that according to the yogic culture and the yogic science, this is already drive you towards the hyperventilation. Hyperventilation means too much in an exhalation in 1 minute, and it's create and automatically makes your sympathetic flow more dominant. The sympathetic flow is important when we want to running away, when we want to fight against something. But if we want to just digest the life and we want to be aware and shanti shanti without any stress, then we don't need the sympathetic flow, then we need the parasympathetic flow, that is the rest and digest. So this is the two important part that we can very nicely manage through the respiration and through the different kind of breathing techniques. So if you trying to reduce just slowly, you observing how many times you inhaling and exhaling normally, and then try to reduce only with one. I was saying that the yogis, when they practicing the pranayama practice, they breathe in and out once in a minute. But it doesn't mean that they are inhaling for 30 seconds and then they are exhaling for 30 seconds. It means that they are inhaling for suppose 5 seconds. They hold the retention like for 20-25 seconds. Then they exhaling again for 5 seconds, and they hold the retention outside again for 25 seconds. And this is how 1 minute comes. So we don't want to increase too much the inhalation. We want to increase the kumbhak. Kumbhak means the retention. Kumbhak is very important because if we are talking about pranayam, it means that there is at least one kumbhak, one retention. You want me to write down the kumbhak? Kumbhaka. Kumbhaka. It's a very heavy stuff. Okay. So kumbhak is the retention of your in and exhalation, retention of the breath inside. Kumbhak has, this is Kumbhaka. Kumbhaka. Kumbhaka, but we say just kumbhak. Kumbhak can be internally and externally. So when you are inhaling and hold the air inside, that is called antar kumbhak or inner retention, you can also say. Antara kumbhak, inside. So after inhalation, you have antar kumbhak. And bahir kumbhak after exhale. And this plus inhalation we call in Sanskrit purak. Puraka or purak. So many times in Sanskrit, we are not pronouncing the last A. So for example, when we say yog, it means yoga, yog. When we say asana, we say asan. We say pranayam, pratyahar. So the last A many times is remaining in silence. Puraka is the inhalation. Inhale. And the rechak is the exhale. These four things need to have a pranayam. If there is no kumbhak, so if you are just inhale to the right, exhale to the left, that is also a proper benefit, and we have to start always with that. And slowly, slowly, we will add the kumbhak. Slowly, slowly, we will add the retention. But first of all, if you have a beginner student and if you just start with somebody this teaching, then it's always, first of all, at least a few class, just inhale, exhale with this yogic breath. Once this yogic breath is it's become natural, as it's supposed to be natural, because if you see just a new baby, they are just laying down on the back, and when they sleep, you see that they are just breathing with this small tummy that they have, because that is the natural breathing. Then we start to grow up and we start to do different things most of the time, because we like to make the tummy full with food or with anything, so we cannot breathe through the tummy. But this is the very natural way to breathe, through the abdomen. Some book you will see that they put that you cannot use the yogic breathing during your day. You can use these three movements, but as I said before, you cannot slowing down the ratio of your in and exhalation for one breath for a minute. If you have to go to work, if you have to go to your here and there, one breath in a minute is not enough. But you can use during the day these 3 phases and trying to breathe 12 or 8 times in 1 minute. So always during the day, anytime, just remind yourself, no need that anybody see that you are breathing with your tummy, but you know that there is this movement that helps to your diaphragm to go deeper and then go higher. Once your student get a habit and get used to use this lower part for making the in and exhalation more efficient, after that you can start to introduce your pranayama and the kumbhak. So first, always you will just have a little kumbhak, because when we are practicing the kumbhak, actually we stop the life. In and exhalation is the life. If there is no in and exhalation, there is no life. Till we breathe, we are in life. When we stop, means that we are not anymore in this life. But the yogi understood that if slowly, gradually we increase this kumbhak, the retention between the in and exhalation, this is that will help to get the meditative state of the mind. Because even if your body is still, but you are inhaling, that is a movement. And that movement in somehow will give a little, but it still will give a little bit of movement in your brain. And then when you're exhaling, again it's going to disturb in somehow your stillness. So what the yogi wants to do, wants to increase the stillness, wants to increase the kumbhak, where there is really nothing moves, when there is really the stillness, the absolute peace, the absolute not moving anything. So that's why we need the kumbhak. But slowly, gradually, we have to put the kumbhak into the practice for us as well and for our students as well. Okay, slowly, gradually. But still, there is no kumbhak, we say breathing exercise. Once the kumbhak is there, we say pranayam. So this is the difference between breathing exercise and pranayam. Breathing exercise, inhale, exhale, and pranayam means inhale, kumbhak, exhale, kumbhak, and then is pranayam. Yeah, and this morning we practiced with Paul the Surya Bedi. Surya Bedi no, maybe it's written. So Surya Bedi is very much related to the things that we were talking about yesterday. Surya Bedi is a Surya Bedi. Surya Bedi is a technique to breathe, is a breathing technique, but it also can be a pranayam practice according your kumbhak. If you put the kumbhak between the in and exhalation, then is a pranayam. If you don't put the kumbhak, it's becoming a breathing exercise. So how does it work? Surya means the sun, that we already say yesterday. Surya is the sun, and Vedi, it means to pierce. to pierce something. So you have a hole, you have your nadis, and you want to pierce them to make the hole nice and open. This Bedi means, Surya Bedi means piercing your right nadi, your Pingala nadi. And this is a very nice practice for the morning because it can really awakening, energizing your body. We very much like to use before the practice, before every asana practice, after the Jalaneti. How was your Jalaneti, Angelique? Was it good?
I did not try it, Timmy, because I don't have salt in my home. Because
Okay.
I have a daughter who is suffering from kidney insufficiency, so we don't have salt. I will go to take it and I will start from tomorrow. But I saw the video and the instructions and the morning practice of yesterday, but I'm really curious to start with it.
Okay. Yeah, without salt, don't do, because then it will burn really your inner cavity. Yeah, the salt is needs for eating. Yeah, it's better to not having salt for the food. So the Surya Bedi, after your Jalaneti, after the morning practice, and before the asana practice, Surya Bedi is always gives the so big benefits for your practice and for your days. Anytime you have maybe 5 minutes, you feel a little bit tired yourself, even mentally or physically, just do 5 minutes of Surya Bedi. Even if it's only a breathing exercise without kumbhak, it will be very nice. If you want to add the kumbhak, then right nostril, you close the left nostril. Take an inhale through the right nostril, then hold the air inside, and then you're gonna exhale through the left nostril. Again, you're gonna hold the air outside, and then you're gonna inhale back to the right. Exhale out to the left, inhale back to the right. So the Surya Bedi is a right nostril breathing, we also call, because we always inhaling through the right nostril and exhaling to the left nostril. And this is one round. And again, inhale through the right nostril, exhale to the left. So it's always like this. And we start the inhalation. We start with inhale to the right nostril. And we always finish the round with an exhalation through the left nostril. This is one complete round. So never finished your round, just inhale and then release. Always finish inhale, exhale, and then release. Okay? And I saw that you will have the Kapalbhati in one of your morning practice in these days. Kapalbhati, I would like to introduce you how to perform. Kapalbhati. Kapalbhati, this is a P. One student asked me, Timmy, are you writing in Sanskrit? No, this is my handwriting. Davide called them hieroglypha. Kapalbhati. Kapal means the head area, this area. And Bhati means shining. So if you practicing Kapalbhati, this area is, of course, always related to the Sahasrara chakra and the Agna chakra. If you're practicing the Kapalbhati, then your Agna chakra and Sahasrara chakra will be just shining. It means the knowledge and the understanding about everything. Kapalabhati is a very important and very, very useful practice. And it's also very good to understand how to breathe always and how to use the tummy, the abdomen, for the in and exhalation. So the Kapalabhati is a strong and forcefully exhalation. We are not taking voluntary inhale, we're just focusing on the exhalation, but we're not remaining without oxygen, because during this constant exhalation, like this, we create a kind of vacuum inside that is going to pull in a sufficient amount of oxygen to be able to do even for 100 and 200 times of exhalation without focusing the inhalation. So this is if you want to try, and if you don't have some heavy meal before, now you can try. We always start with an exhale. Then you can place the hands on your tummy, and with the exhalation, you pulling in your abdomen, then relaxing the abdomen, and with this relaxation, you are not inhaling, but the air will come in. And then again, and you see, try to move only your abdomen. So I'm not moving my chest, I'm not moving my shoulder, just try to move this part, the lower abdomen part. Try to practice this. It's always good to practice without having any food inside. So tomorrow morning you can practice this. Surya Bedi and Kapalabhati together for the morning, it's really an amazing practice. Kapalabhati, it helps you also to kind of detoxifying your blood with this strong and forcefully exhalation for a long time. And it also helps you to move your abdomen separately from the other part of your body. And this can guide us towards the highest practice, like Uddiyana Bandha, when we have to isolate and seeking upward the diaphragm. Kapalabhati is always good to practice with Mula Bandha. Mula Bandha is nothing else but the contraction of the perineum muscles, the pelvic floor. You contract that muscle. It's when we have to go to the toilet, but there is no any facility. So you have to hold, and holding that Mula Bandha and doing this strong and forcefully exhalation, it helps to your prana, and it helps to the first two chakra to go higher and being in balance and go towards your Manipuraka chakra. Very, very useful practice. Mula Bandha, engage the perineum muscles, and then do the Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati is also part of the Shat Karma, and it's very important to always try, because if you are taking the in and exhalation, then you again hyperventilate yourself. So try to be aware only strong and forcefully exhalation at the beginning, as in your daily schedule is put it down at the beginning 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, at least 60 times. We have to arrive to feel some benefits. 60 times. If you have constipation or problem with your digestive, with your digestion, Kapalabhati is really a very amazing practice, and it will help you to just bring everything into the proper rhythm inside as well. So I wanted to share these two practices because in your daily schedule, when tomorrow and after tomorrow we are not having any live session, you have to manage by yourself the practice. And the self-practice is one of the most important thing if you want to be a good yogi, a good practitioner. Self-practice is the most important thing. Do you have any question? And Surya Bedi, like every breathing exercise and every pranayam, always with the yogic breath. So always involve these three movements into the inhalation and into your exhalation. Okay? Then it's going to be nice and flow and having the much benefit as possible. Any question?
To me, does yogic breathing ever become normal? That you just do it naturally all the time?
Yeah. That is the aim.
Okay.
It's become normal means we go back into our natural state and natural way to breathe.
Okay.
I'm sure that also your nephews still using, if they laying down and you just let them breathe, you don't even say anything to them, you will see that they just naturally breathe through their abdomen.
Okay.
That's why they still healthy. They don't have a problem with constipation. Of course, sometimes they can have some infection or eating something, but mostly they don't have this problem. They have nice and proper posture because everything is start with the breathing. Everything start and everything is finished with the exhalation. Very important to try to apply this to the everyday actions. Any other question?
Yes. Can you shortly, because the Surya Bedi, it's only on the right side, but can you repeat one more time the right? You inhale right.
Exhale left.
And you start again right. Okay.
And inhale right, exhale left. Sometimes you will also see some books, they inhaling and exhaling only on the right side. That is the first part. It's also possible, but then you don't have any effect on the left side. So my experience shows that it's always good to use both. Even if I'm just inhaling to the right, but at least involve the left with an exhalation. And then again, inhale to right, exhale to left. Inhale right, exhale left. If we do only just this in and X in the same time, same way, then something will missing. So inhale, we giving, exhale, we releasing. Inhale, giving, exhale, releasing. New things, old things. And kumbhak is when we are not giving and not releasing. There is no action, just being. Anytime we should do kumbhak, even each and every action, each and every thought. If we start to bring the kumbhak between the thoughts, voluntary, then you will see that this constant, let's say, diarrhea that we have in our mind, just thinking one thought to the other, you will see this gonna go. And then stress will go. So kumbhak is very helpful and useful for the everyday life. So just to reduce the stress and just be happy and be shanti, and everything is going to be fine. Everything is fine. Other questions? Okay. So now, do you have the mantra list? Okay. Now, very good. I would like to practice a little bit the Shanti mantra, because it would be good if we could chant for the end of this week at least the Shanti mantra, maybe with a little bit of help, but maybe even without the help. So the Shanti mantra is the Sahanam Bhavatu, Sahanam Bhunaktu. For me, is on the second page. You find? Okay. So first of all, just I'm gonna say how to pronounce, and most of the time can be helpful if you write down your own pronunciation, because it's gonna be different from these letters. Okay. So how we pronounce is Sahanam Bhavatu, Sahanam Bhavatu, Sahanom Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karvavahe, Tejasvinam Tejasvinam Vadi Tamastu, Vadi Tamastu, Ma Vid Vishavahe. Om Sahanam Bhavatu, Sahanom Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karvavahe, Tejasvinam Vaditamastu, Ma Vidvishavahe. This Shanti mantra comes from the Upanishads, very ancient mantra, and traditionally this mantra was always chanted in the beginning of the class. In the beginning of the class, when the student and the teacher or the guru and the sadhakas was memorizing like the Vedas. So this sacred text, before to memorize them, they chant all together this Shanti mantra, because this Shanti mantra create a kind of energy between the people, between all of us, and between us and the universe, that actually helps to get the proper understanding between each other. Because understanding is very important. Many misunderstandings are there, but understanding is only one. So it's very important. Nikki?
Sorry, I didn't understand anything because it stopped here. I don't know if the others... you hear? Your own... I can't hear.
Now,
you stopped at the moment you start to read, you stopped here. So
okay.
I don't have anything here. And is it... you can see that. Is it this one or is it this one? What you read?
No, the second page.
Second page I have, I think.
Second page, and this the last.
Oh my.
Can you see? It's like
it looks a little bit different like mine. I don't know why.
Yeah, maybe this is the old one that I had.
Okay. So I don't know which is it.
The mantra is like this. On the mantra above, you will see Shanti mantra.
Ah, now I have it. Shanti mantra. So, okay. I have both.
Om Sahanam Bhavatu.
Yeah.
Do you have that? Om Sahanam Bhavatu. Okay. So this is Om Sahanam Bhavatu.
Yeah.
Sahanom Bhunaktu.
Yeah.
Sahaviryam Karvavahe.
Yeah.
Tejasvinam Vadi
Yeah.
Tamastu. Ma
Yeah.
Vid
Yeah.
Vishabhahe.
Yeah.
And then Om Shanti, Shanti,
Yeah, that's
Shanti.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anytime, please, if the connection is not good, just tell me.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe it's just for you, but even if maybe for somebody else as well, always just that tell me and then we will go back. So I was just saying that this Shanti means the peace. Literally, Shanti is the Sanskrit word for saying peace. And of course, the peace is not only that we are not in the war, but peace is firstly inside us, between ourselves and our mind. Many times we find the not agree the two things. So we start to having the peace inside and outside us. And the peace actually means if your thoughts, your speech, and your deeds are all the same, that means we are in peace. And this mantra was chanted from the Upanishads, from the very, very ancient times, every time when the guru and the sesha or the sadhaka was trying to learn something. In that period, there was always the oral teaching. So there was no book, no things that we write down, just oral teaching. So they memorized many, many things just after listening. And many difficult texts like the Vedas are very difficult to even to read. So before memorizing, before doing this very difficult mental job, they always chant the Shanti mantra. So I also, it's just an advice, when you teach, when you are going to teach, it's always very nice to chant at the beginning the Shanti mantra, because it's going to create a very nice atmosphere and a very nice feeling and relationship between you and your students or the people who is in front of you. So now we will chant a few times together. You can take the mantra paper and then just try to read. I don't mind if I hear your voice. I think nobody minds if you guys hear one and the other voice. This way you will be familiar with your voice, how to chanting, because at the beginning it sometimes can be weird or strange, chanted these kind of mantras. But if you get used to it, then when you will teach to your students, you will have a confidence. You will be familiar with your voice, and you know that the mantra are not about which kind of voice we have, or if we are a professional singer or not. Mantra is to chanting by your heart, through your heart. Okay? So I'm gonna chant and you can repeat after me. First, I'm gonna chant a little piece, then a little bit longer piece, and then we can chant the whole mantra together. So the mantra is like Sahanam Bhavatu.
Sahanam Bhavatu.
Sahanam Bhunaktu.
Sahanam Bhunaktu.
Sahaviryam
Sahaviryam
Karpavahi
Karpavahi
Tejasvinam Vaditamastu
Vaditamastu
Mavid Vishavahi One more time in the same way. Sahanam Bhavatu.
Sahanam Bhavatu.
Sahanam Bhunaktu.
Sahanam Bhunaktu.
Sahaviryam
Sahaviryam
Karvavahi Tejasvinam Vaditamastu Mavid Vishavahi. Very good. Now I'm trying to chant the whole line and then we repeat the whole line together. So Sahanam Bhavatu, Sahanam Bhunaktu. Repeat. Sahanam Bhavatu, Sahanam Bhunaktu. Sahaviryam Karvavahi. Sahaviryam Karvavahi. Tejasvinam Vaditamastu. Tejasvinam Vaditamastu. Mavid Vishavahi. Mavid Vishavahi. Very nice. Now let's try to chant the whole mantra. Obviously, you can read, and I will repeat together with you. We will repeat 3 times the mantra, okay? So let's start all together. Sahanam Bhavatu, Sahanam Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karvavahi, Tejasvinam Vaditamastu. Mavid Vishavahi. One more time. Sahanam Bhavatu, Sahanam Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karvavahi, Tejasvinam Vaditamastu. Mavid Vishavahi. Last time, and when we finish, we will chant 3 times Shanti, Shanti, Shanti together. Sahanam Bhavatu, Sahanam Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karvavahi, Tejasvinam Vaditamastu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Very nice. Slowly place your forehead to your fingertips and just feel the peace. When we have peace, we have also balance and harmony. So just try to create and feel the peace inside and around you. Thank you for being here today. Wish you a very nice day, a very nice lunch. Namaste, Hari Om.
Namaste.
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 Grazie.
So 5 o'clock, optional. If you want, you can join. If you can, everybody can join. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I have one question. I saw that we have how can I call it? To write down something. Is it right for day 2?
The assignments.
Yeah. I saw it on the page. Do we have?
There was an assignment at the end.
Yeah, to answer some questions there. I think it was about.
Which kind of assignment?
Wait, I have it here.
Is in the daily schedule or on your?
Yeah, day 2. And then it is about. Wait.
So the day 2,
you
should record
5 notice about Pavan Muktasana.
Yeah. Pavan Muktasana is in the morning practice. Pavan Muktasana is a very important practice. So, for example, I start my yoga practice because I had a big car accident, and I practiced for 5 years only Pavan Muktasana series. You have the video, you have the PDF, and then from the first part, from the anti-rheumatic group, 5 asana, you will just write down in the assignment.
Okay.
So Pavan Muktasana actually is, Pavan means the wind. So it's the wind releasing. If the joint, the synovial joints are full of air, wind is represent the air, then the joint lose the flexibility. The synovial joints, each and every joint in your body that you can move, we call them synovial joint. The very much important thing in the synovial joint that inside the joint capsule, this tissue that covering the joint can release the synovial liquid. It's an oleous liquid that gives the lubrication for your joint. So that's why the 2 bones are not frictioning together, because this liquid is a kind of cushion functioning. And like in your car, you have to put, or even on the bicycle, we need some oil, because otherwise creak, 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 and it's broken. Pavan Muktasana is the best thing to keep your joint flexible. And if the joints are flexible, the whole body is flexible, because that gives the motion of the body. So the synovial joint and the synovial liquid comes to release during the movement. So more you move, simply movement, more you move your synovial, your movable joint, more liquid you can release from this tissue. Is create more and more liquid, so the body parts remaining flexible and movable. That's why I keep it very, very important to learn this Pavamuktasana Seria. Pavamuktasana Seria you can teach for everybody. Is not depend on the age. And Pavamuktasana always can be used as a warm-up, even for the advanced practitioner. All this movement, so I'm practicing from 1996, more than 25 years. I don't even know how many years. But I never start my practice without a little bit of movement. So that's why they are simply movement, but so useful, really. Okay.
Okay.
Simi,
Yes,
I have one technical question because I don't know what is going on. I see my curriculum, I see day 1, I see day 0, I can see the assignments, but if I click on day 2, he asks me again to log in. I log in and I always get the same. That was the reason that I cannot see the program of today. I don't know what happened, so I don't know. Maybe
if you have 1 minute, I call Davide, and then I'm just sending.
No, because I talked with Davide, and I think maybe you can check now in the afternoon, because I will log in again at 5 for the practice.
Okay.
And if I have the same problem again, I will come in like this by Zoom.
Okay, so if you can try to, I will open the Zoom like 10 minutes earlier.
Yes.
So let's try, and if it's not coming, then send a message and we'll figure out what's happening.
I am really sorry for all technical issues, because yesterday I had the same with the YouTube videos that I wanted to see. He keeps on telling me it's private, although I am logged in with Gmail and with everything. And then Davide sent them by YouTube and by WhatsApp, and that's no problem. So. But it can be my mistake as well. I'm not a technical one.
It's a technical issue that sometimes we cannot really. I don't know anything about this.
We learn every day. We learn every day.
We have to learn all these things, because when I was young, it was not every day, things with the computer and these things. So, and I'm also not the person who is interested in what's going on behind the computer, but we have to learn. But even if we learn, sometimes because of the internet, sometimes because of this and that, it is, I think also, Nikki, you had this problem with the YouTube videos.
Now I at the moment I go in and I saw myself shocked at YogaMea. I think it will, I try it now, but it's okay. Now it's on.
Now it's on. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will fix it. If I don't get into me, I will text and I will come in.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
but thank you.
You were coming. I'm also sorry for all this technical issue,
but it's no problem.
What to do. And anytime you guys have any problem or issue, please text. Don't try and don't lose 1 hour. Just in the first time, try, and then Davide will assist you, and then it's gonna be, or Vikash. Both of them are know what to do.
Okay.
So don't stress yourself about these things. Okay.
We see each other at 5.
At 5 o'clock.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Maybe
Enjoy.
10 minutes later. Bye-bye.
Yes, bye. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.